Max, how difficult were those conditions out there today?
Pretty difficult. The greens are they're white. They're as fast as I've remembered putting on greens before, and you just can't really hold them even from the fairways at times if it's downwind. But it's fun. It's good. You got to work the angles. You need to hit some really quality shots, and you really just need to focus on where you're leaving it, which is fun.
How good was the round you played today?
Yeah, it was great. I put out of my mind. Got off to a really good start and then kind of made two kind of mental errors, and then just played really solid golf. I felt like I was leaving it where I needed to. I felt like I was hitting good shots when I needed to, and then I just had kind of like the absurd magic type stuff that you get here and there. Chipped in and made a bunch of putts, but I thought I did a good job of staying patient, especially after the start, not trying to force it.
Max, we're going back to the Players next week, a year removed from the shutdown. When you think back to what you knew about the coronavirus last year at the Players, what were your thoughts of it at that time?
Yeah, I think, I didn't know much, like everybody. I knew it was obviously a big deal. I knew it was going to be not good for a while. I didn't know that we'd still be doing this a year later. But, at the same time, even at that time, I felt very fortunate that, my family was doing all right and we were going to be able to get home and chill, I guess. I mean, if that was the worst thing my wife and I had to deal with was just being with each other 24/7 for a while, it was all right. But yeah, it's definitely a crazy time. I definitely, understand the gravity now, and even at the time you could feel how big of a deal it was, but it's hard. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about, viruses and whatnot, so you just tried to listen to what the CDC was saying and just try to take as many precautions as you could.
Do you feel like over this last year, do you feel like you've learned kind of a lot more about the virus?
Yeah, definitely learned how fast things can spread when something's contagious. It's pretty amazing how quickly, people can get it and transfer it to someone else. So even looking at something maybe that's a shade more mild, you understand how careful you need to be. But yeah, I feel like I learned a lot, and you kind of learned about, even in a weird way, just like a little bit of gratefulness and appreciation for your own health.
Last question. Since the tour came back in June, there's been no shutdown of the tour since. And how great of a job has the PGA Tour done with everything that they've had to deal with?
Yeah, I think they've done a phenomenal job. I feel like I never felt unsafe. I felt thankful we could be working and playing. But I definitely was very impressed by the tour and all the precautions they went through to make sure that we felt okay. I don't feel like we had any major issue out here, which is really good. They did a lot of stuff to help that. We started getting charters from events. We had a lot of hotels that would only do the food, room service type stuff for us, or just leave the restaurant open for us. So I thought the tour did a fantastic job.
Max, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.